Hi, are you ready for some holiday stories tonight? Bernard and I are, so let's get started. The first one's title is something, well, I bet a lot of you have been saying. Is it Christmas yet? This is written and illustrated by Jane Chapman and published by Tiger Tales. Faster, Rudolph, faster, yelled Teddy, running around with his toys in his Santa hat. Watch out, Santa, Big Bear grinned. Your reindeer are out of control. Christmas is coming, hooray, sang Teddy. He just could not wait. Big Bear, yes. Is it Christmas yet? Not yet. Big Bear, yes. Is it Christmas yet? Soon. Big Bear, what? Is it soon now? No, growled Big Bear. We have to wrap all the presents, bake the cake, find the tree. Well, I'll help, beamed Teddy. I'm a good wrapper-upper. Zip! Well, wrapping was tricky and surprisingly sticky. Is it Christmas yet? Mumbled a tangle of ribbons and paper. Almost, sighed Big Bear, but we still have to bake the cake. Ready, Teddy? Cook, laughed Teddy with delight. Plip, plop, whoosh, splat. Big Bear popped the cake in the oven as he cleaned up. Is it ready yet? asked Teddy. Not yet, Big Bear grumbled, and it's not Christmas yet either. When will it be Christmas? Moaned Teddy. Not yet, huffed Big Bear. We still need a Christmas tree. I love Christmas trees, grinned Little Bear. Come on. Well, the woods were sparkling with snow as two busy bears searched for their tree. But Teddy was picky. This was too spiky, too thin, too small. Oh, this one is perfect. Really? Mumbled Big Bear. Big Bear and Teddy heaved and huffed and pulled and puffed. Do you see who did most of the pulling? But when they got home, the tree would not fit through the front door or the back door. And when they tried to pull it through the window, snap! I don't believe it, moaned Big Bear. Do you see what happened? It snapped right off. Teddy flopped down on a heap. Oh no, he wailed. Big Bear gave his little bear an enormous Big Bear hug. We can fix this, he said gently. Me and you. You're a great fixer-upper. Oh, yes, giggled Teddy. So together the bears taped up their Christmas tree, and soon they were twirling tinsel and scattering stars. Woohoo! Cried Big Bear, tossing the biggest star up to the top. Then Teddy started to yawn. Oh, is it nearly... Yes, Teddy, whispered Big Bear, carrying him up to bed. It's very, very nearly. Can you guess? Christmas! And you know, it was worth the wait. Well, I thought we could sing a song that we usually sing around Christmas time, and it has some noise in it, at least when I do it. And do you recognize that? Those are some jingle bells. So can we sing Jingle Bells together? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. We won't sing the whole thing because we want to have another story. And this one is called Mouse's Night Before Christmas. This is written by Tracey Corderoy with illustrations by Sarah Massini. And it's published by Nosy Crow. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. At least, that's how it goes. That's how the tale started, the one that you know. But I'm going to tell you a secret. It wasn't quite so, because if you look closer, you might see a door at the foot of the grandfather clock near the floor. And you'll see that it's open. And look, a small nose, and 2 twinkly black eyes, and some tiny pink toes. On that night before Christmas, dear reader, you see, there was one little mouse as awake as could be. As he peeked at the Christmas tree there in the hall, it had candles and tinsel, and quite best of all, lots of presents, he gasped. Then the mouse shook his head. If I just had a friend to give gifts to, he said. But oh, look, exclaimed Mouse, now excited to see the most beautiful star at the top of the tree. He had heard stars gave wishes, but could it be true? And he wondered if a plain little mice wish would do. He decided to try it, in case they just might, so he whispered his tiny wish into the night. But then out on the lawn there arose such a clatter that he scurried outside to see what was the matter. As he reached the stone steps, little Mouse gave a cry. Oh, gosh, it's Santa! But what could have happened? Oh, my! What a storm, Santa shivered. Oh, I'm sorry to say that somehow I think we have quite lost our way. Then he checked to make sure all his reindeer were there, as the snow whirled around in the frosty night air. Now there's Dasher, there's Dancer, there's Prancer and Vixen, and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But wait, Santa stopped and bent down. Who are you? I'm just a wee mouse, said the mouse. How do you do? Was it your wish I heard? Santa's eyes twinkled bright. Why, I did make a wish, answered Mouse with delight. Then he squeaked, but you're lost, so the good girls and boys who are tucked in and sleeping won't get any toys. For a moment Mouse thought, then he suddenly cried, I know just what to do. Please take me as your guide. I go out quite a lot when I'm lonely, you see, so if anyone knows their way around here, it's me. With a smile, Santa whisked him up onto the sleigh, and before Mouse could blink, they were up and away. As the moon brightly shone and the snow drifted down, little Mouse led the way through the streets of the town. Can you see him right up there at the very front? Right there, yeah. Oh, what fun he had helping to carry the toys, then fill up the stockings of good girls and boys. He was quiet and careful and ever so neat, quite the best little helper that Santa could meet. When their work was all done, Santa landed and said, I must leave you now, Mouse, and fly home to my bed. Must you go? Whispered Mouse, blinking back a small tear. It was just so friendly to have someone here. As the snow iced the rooftops all sparkly and white, I'll be back, Santa promised, next Christmas Eve night. But till then, Mouse, your wish, I remembered, you know. And he held out a box with a lovely red bow. Mouse unwrapped it at once. Oh, the skates were so sweet. But why 4 when he had only 2 tiny feet? That's not all, Santa smiled. It will soon become clear if you follow this map. Look, the path is marked here. Will the path lead the way to my wish? The mouse cried. Santa winked. "Why not see for yourself?" he replied. With a bright ho, 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 Santa called from his sleigh, "Very soon, little mouse, it will be Christmas Day." And then whoosh, he was off through the starry night sky as the mouse far below waved a final goodbye. So Mouse followed the path which went up and went down. Why, it seemed to be taking him all over town. Then it led to the park, and at last to a tree. And then up on a snowy branch, what should Mouse see? But a small, fluffy bird with his eyes big and wide. "Oh, could you be the friend I wished for?" Bird cried. "For a friend?" exclaimed Mouse. "But I wished for that too." Then he held up the skates. "Merry Christmas to you." So, dear reader and listener, you see, on that night long ago, Mouse was not in his clock, but outside in the snow. And he skated with Bird till the sky turned bright blue. Two new friends with just one Christmas wish that came true. All right. Well, can you make a fist with your hand? We're not going to have it be a turtle shell like we sometimes do. I would like it to be a chimney. And when you make your fist, tuck your thumb inside and then wrap your fingers around. Here we go. Here is a chimney, and here is the top. Open the lid, and up Santa will pop. Shall we do that again? Make your fist. Remember to tuck your thumb inside. Here is a chimney, and here is the top. Open the lid, and up Santa will pop. Well, this is called I've Seen Santa. This is written by David Bedford with illustrations by Tim Warrens, and it's published by Tiger Tales. It was Christmas Eve, and Little Bear was looking forward to seeing Santa. "Is Santa as big as you?" he asked Big Bear. "Oh, nearly," said Big Bear proudly. "Oh," said Little Bear, looking worried. "Then will Santa fit down our chimney?" "Oh, of course he will," said Big Bear. "I'll show you." So Big Bear went outside and climbed into the chimney. Crash! "See," said Big Bear from a cloud of soot. "Santa will get in, no problem." "But Santa won't come in if he sees this mess," said Mommy Bear. "We'll clean it up," said Little Bear. "Does Santa visit bears all over the world?" said Little Bear. "Oh, yes," said Big Bear. "He goes to every house." Said Little Bear. "He might not have time to come here, and then I won't have any presents." "Don't worry," said Mommy Bear. "Santa will come just as soon as you go to sleep." Little Bear did not want to go to sleep. He wanted to see Santa. He listened to Mommy and Bear and Big Bear going to bed, and then glug, 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 glug. What was that noise? Someone was downstairs. Someone big was sitting by the fireplace. "Yes," whispered Little Bear. "It's Santa. I've seen Santa." And Little Bear tiptoed up and saw Big Bear. "But that was Santa's milk," said Little Bear. "Oh, I only wanted a sip," said Big Bear, "before I go to sleep." He took Little Bear's hand. "Come on, Little Bear," he said. "Let's go to bed." Well, Little Bear tried to stay awake, but he soon began to doze. And then a loud noise downstairs woke him up. Munch, 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 munch. Someone big was standing by the Christmas tree. This time, it had to be Big Bear. "Now you're eating Santa's blueberry pies." "I was hungry," said Big Bear. If Santa's as greedy as you, said Mommy Bear, he really will be too big to fit down the chimney. Now go to bed and go to sleep, both of you. So Little Bear went to bed, but he couldn't go to sleep. He was too worried. He woke up Big Bear to ask him a question. What if Santa eats too many blueberry pies and then gets stuck in the chimney? Said Big Bear. Let's keep watch to make sure that he's okay, suggested Little Bear. We can hide so he won't see us. Shh, whispered Little Bear from their hiding place. I hear something. It must be Santa this time. Someone was putting presents in their stockings. Big Bear turned on his flashlight to see... Mommy Bear! What are you doing? Said Big Bear. I'm giving you both a present from me, said Mommy Bear. What are you doing? Well, we're not going to bed, said Big Bear. We're going to see Santa, squealed Little Bear. Mommy Bear laughed and said, make room for me then. We'll all see Santa. So Little Bear, Big Bear, and Mommy Bear stayed downstairs all through the night. But they never did see Santa, even though Santa saw them. Have you ever tried to stay up to see Santa? It's not a good thing to do because Santa really does like to wait until everybody is asleep before he comes. All right. Well, I'm going to do a finger play about, well, some of Santa's helpers. And I don't mean the elves. Can you show me your 5 fingers? But we're going to pretend each one of your fingers tonight is a reindeer. And did you know they like to jump on the bed, just like the monkeys do? I've got 5 silly reindeer who were jumping on the bed. When one fell off, well, he bumped his head. So his mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more reindeer jumping on the bed. So hide one away. 4 silly reindeer were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more reindeer jumping on the bed. Now I'm going to change it up a little bit this time, so make sure you're listening, okay? So 3 silly reindeer were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Santa called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more reindeer jumping on the bed. So then 2 silly reindeer were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Santa called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more reindeer jumping on the bed. So now, 1 silly reindeer is jumping on the bed. When she fell off, oh, she bumped her head. So Santa called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more reindeer jumping on the bed. Now, in the last story, that little bear was very worried that Santa would get stuck in the chimney. And in this story, he does. This is called Santa's Stuck. It's written by Rhonda, Gowler, Greene, and illustrated by one of my favorites, Henry Cole. And it's published by Puffin Books. Joys are nestled, tree lights glow, stockings stuffed, march in a row. Santa sighs, it's time to go. He gathers up his giant sack and spies a note and a Christmas sack. Dear Santa, we've been very good. Oh, the boys and girls have been so kind. They left sweets for him, to find. But oh, his suit feels rather snug. Santa shrugs a jolly shrug. One more cookie? Couldn't hurt. This last snack will be dessert. While Santa rests his weary feet, munches on a scrumptious treat, nibble, nibble, tasty crumbs. He licks the frosting from his thumbs, smacks his lips on fruitcake too, wolfs the whole thing, chomp, chomp, chew. Chocolate fudge, he sneaks a piece, can't resist. He has a feast. Look at all the food that's out. You don't think. Oh, belly bulges. Santa stops. Uh-oh, look, a button pops. Restless reindeer, cold wind blows, so up the chimney Santa goes. But suddenly, a sound is heard, rap, tap, tap, and one wee word, help! Little ones tucked in their beds, candy cane dreams in their heads, slumber on, don't hear a peep, but dog bolts upright from his sleep, bravely pit-pats down the stair, sees boots kicking in the air. You see them in the chimney? Santa's whispering, I'm stuck tight. Dog helps push with all his might. No luck. Santa's stuck. Meanwhile, reindeer heed the plea. They form a chain and then pull on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donder, Blitz, and Rudolph too. They all heave ho as one dog pushes down below, but no luck. Santa's stuck. Mama Cat wakes from her nap. She hears that help and that rat-tap-tap. She sees that Santa's in a fix. Calls her kittens 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, meow. Well, reindeer, dogs, kittens, cat, pull like this and push like that, but no luck. Santa's stuck. Ho, 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 a tiny mouse stirs inside his tiny house. Scampers out to lend a hand. Santa gives the go command. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pop. Whoosh. Santa's out, a silent cheer. Reindeer harness up their gear. Back inside his Christmas sleigh, Santa shouts, now dash away. And then he waves and soars from sight. Merry Christmas and good night. So glad he got loose. Well, should we do our bubble gum? We have to do that, right? So reach in your pocket. And if you don't have a real pocket, just pretend you do. Unwrap your bubble gum, put it in your mouth and chew it up until it's all soft and squishy. And then we can do with our, something a little disgusting, right? Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, spit it in your hand and clap your hands together. And we've got sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your cheek. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on mom or dad. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Time to throw it in the trash. Choo. Well, you can't have a holiday program without this book. And this is The Night Before Christmas. It's written by Clement Seymour, and this version is illustrated by Bruce Whatley. And it's published by HarperCollins. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their head. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. A stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." So now we need to wiggle our fingers and our toes and our shoulders. How about your nose? Can you wiggle your elbows and slap your knees and stretch your arms because you've been sitting for a long time. And get ready, please, for our flannel board. And let me get her ready for us, okay? All right. Do you know who that is? Well, you're right, it's a reindeer, but it's not just any reindeer. It's Rudolph. But did you notice? He's missing something. Rudolph, Rudolph, what will you do? You can't guide Santa's sleigh if your nose is blue. Rudolph, Rudolph, you're such a silly fellow. Well, who will know you if your nose is yellow? Nope, won't do. Rudolph, Rudolph, your way cannot be seen through the wintry weather if your nose is green. Rudolph, Rudolph, Santa gave a wink, but what do you think he'll say if your nose is pink? Rudolph, Rudolph, it's time to fly at night, but you can't go through the snow if your nose is white. Rudolph, Rudolph, it's time to go to town, but you can't help Santa if your nose is brown. Rudolph, Rudolph, Santa has a sack, but you're not ready if your nose is black. Rudolph, Rudolph, Santa is the pilot, but what do you think he'll say if your nose is violet? Rudolph, Rudolph, the children are in bed, and now we can get on our way because your nose is red. That's what it should be, right? Yes. Okay, well, I found a Sandra Boynton book just for us for Christmas, and it's called Moo Ba Fa La La. Deck the halls with cows and holly, while the sheep, the little sheep, sing ba ba ba. 'Tis the season to be jolly. All the happy pigs go ha ha ha. Ducks and doggies decorating, quackity quackity bow wow wow. Everyone is celebrating, moo moo moo, say the cow cow cow. Look outside, the snow is falling. Chickens gently whisper, bok bok bok. Do you hear the night bells calling? Time to go to sleep because it's 8 o'clock. Close the day with something mild, a tiny quack, a tiny oink, and then ba, ba, ba. Maybe go a little wild, fa la la, la la, la 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 la. Merry Christmas. And that's the end. So, Bernard, oh, you seem to have lost your Christmas hat. Bernard and I wish you all happy holidays, and we'll see you another time for some bedtime stories here from Wood Library.